They Oluman come outside, so I beg you. We did. Oluman the outside, I will call you back, I beg you. Chairman, how have you?
Yes, boss. Shall I do cool? Okay. Prepare the same make you come.
Alright. They say this will be from you.
Well,
On behalf of the Ghana High Commission staff, Ghanaians in the United Kingdom, the global state. So, thank you very much. You're welcome. This is the Deputy High Commissioner. Thank you. Of course, you have staff, very senior members of the High. So, please come. You're welcome.
Please, give us way.
Are you part of it? Please come.
Chairman. Bad man. How are you? Quanto ela deu conta aqui comigo. On this thing, my essay, thank you, Mama. maybe it's near.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Okay, so it was to go through the sitting arrangements. Good afternoon, distinguished friends of God.
Sorry. Yeah, good afternoon. Tomorrow we'll show you. Yeah, see, we moved to quite free Accra. Yeah, they traveled all the way from Ghana to UK by road. So then they UK right the as you they see the Macas this. Look at you. All right, so a very good afternoon to each and every one of you. My name is Derek David Nana Kwame Evans, and then we are live here in London. There was a news that there were some group of people that traveled all the way from Ghana to UK by road. Some people were doubting it. Some people didn't believe, say, but by the grace of God, they've arrived, and we are at the Ghana High Commission, where they're going to be having some speech. So wherever you are watching us from, this is Discount Media, and we are with them. They traveled with V8 Land Cruiser. This is a V8. These are the cars they came in tomorrow to make it. As you can see, they came all the way with Mwamuka. Oh yeah.
Major retirement pay now.
And that's about the catch a microphone to be yesterday.
Oh man,
I bet me I driving from
what drive if you have Takradi?
from London
From London to Takradi.
Hey boss, we are sure.
Can you to be precise?
Sorry. That's some people. You feel like
Patrons, it's a pleasure to have you here at the Chancery of the Ghana High Commission in the United Kingdom, and to our compatriots from Ghana, the 10,000 kilometer expedition. You're welcome. Sometime late last week, I had a message that some Ghanaians were embarking on a trip from Accra to London. Of course, someone just called me and informed me. But later, monitoring the media, I heard that they were somewhere, they were being interviewed on Peace FM, so we were following their steps, their travels, and I said to myself, this is interesting. Sometimes we only think that it's the Europeans that embark on some adventures, but it's good to know that there are others, including Ghanaians, who are able to to embark on something, to my mind, that has never happened before. And of course, we heard they were coming across the channel. So, many Ghanaians and others met them. And I felt that it was right and proper as a representative of Ghana in the United Kingdom to invite them home. Hence, their presence here this afternoon. And of course, I thought that this should also be an opportunity for all who are interested in coming home to be able to do so. So it's not only the media, other compatriots, and I think others online have the opportunity to also interact with them. But I don't know, you will tell your story. But for me, as a representative of Ghana and the staff, I must say that we are very proud of you. And apart from the fundraising bit, which is laudable, you also represent the Ghanaian spirit. Which is that you may be in Ghana, but you can conquer the world. You may be in Ghana, but you can also be competitive globally. You may be in Ghana. When you dream and you are focused, you can achieve it. These are some of the values that we take from this expedition of yours. It also tells us that as Ghanaians we must dare. We should not limit ourselves to our comfort zone. We must dare believe in ourselves that if we are determined, we can achieve it. And that message to me is very relevant in these times where we know that we are facing economic and social challenges in our country. If some of our patrons have been able to dream and achieve this, it means that collectively as a nation, if we put our minds to it, we can make our nation a place where others will come to see great things that we are doing. Now we have here the Deputy High Commissioner, Mrs. Rita Tanini, and the Acting Head of Chancellery, Minister Councillor Dolly Opokudapa. And we have Rear Admiral Rear Admiral Edu. Yes, he's he's one of two rear admirals of the Ghana Navy. Wow. The Chief of Defense Staff is Rear Admiral, and you are also So it tells you he's a very, very senior member of the Ghana Armed Forces. And of course, we have the Public Affairs and Information Officer, Mr. Dozie, the record. Others here. But of course, we also have very senior community leaders. I can see Community Archbishop Reformers. And Senior Council, Mr. Owusu Yianoma. A member of the leadership of Ghana Union UK. And also I think the very senior social workers here. But you're all welcome to the High Commission. I know that it's not always that we are honored to have you here, even though our doors are always open. But our gallant adventurers have given us the opportunity as a High Commission to have this event. So I call on the leader of the delegation to introduce yourself and you tell us the story. What motivated you to embark on this perilous journey? We know that some people go through the Sahara by road, etc., and they get lost. Others, they cause the Shana. But you were able to sail through many countries. Ghana registered numbers. Vehicles, Ghanaian vehicles, vehicles based in Ghana, all the way. But tell us your story. The world is anxious to hear the full story, not snippets. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your kind words and for how welcoming all the Ghanaian community here have been to us. We really, really appreciate it. I would like to start by introducing the members of my team. Over here is Kwame Ambofo-Pepra. He runs a real estate company and he's my business partner and brother. I am Kwabna Pepra. My brother here is Kwabna Ayuri. He is in the banking industry. My other brother from another mother is Kweju Saka. He's also a real estate developer. And over there we have Mr. Franklin Peters. Yes. He runs a printing and advertising firm in Ghana called Inkit. He prints on everything from stone to metal, but money and passports. Even that one, he says if the government gives him the go ahead. Next to him is the youngest driver in the team.
Wow.
He's Franklin's son, Quincy. He's a student in the States. He came home on vacation and decided to join the DAC. Then we have Kojo Ayuri, the brother of Kwabna Ayuri. So it's a family affair of sorts. Then next to him is Mr. Ed Cyprian. He entered their house and took their sister. So he's the brother-in-law. The gentleman there is Kwejo Fraka Asante. He lives 50% in Ghana, 50% in the UK. And he's our brother supposed to be on the trip with us. Something's held him back, and he said he wouldn't miss it for all the good in Ghana. So he flew in yesterday. And he's waiting us in his house down in Chelford. We are very happy to see all of you. This adventure didn't set out like this. It was a simple thing. We were trying to tick a few boxes of our bucket list. And somehow, when we started, it gained a life of its own. It grew bigger than we ever anticipated it to. So along the line, we found a charity that we all believed in and decided to use all the popularity being gained to advance that cause, because we are all benefiting from it in Ghana. Mr. Kwabena will tell you a lot more about the charity. But we are a group of friends. We do travel a lot. We've traveled the length and breadth of Ghana for the last 3-4 years. We had planned to do this trip as part of our bucket list sometime in 2020. And then COVID hit, and the doors were locked. We couldn't go anywhere. So during that period, we just ended up running around the country. We hear of a funeral somewhere, and we just go, whether we know the person or not. Yes. we went around the whole country so many times till the borders were open, and we rekindled that decision. Charlie, let's go again. This is my brother. When I say let's go, he says, Brahma Ekrado. Then we kick it. So we started talking about it again, the preparation, the research, and everything else went through. I must say the Ghanaian missions on our route have been very, very, very supportive. They have carried us along everywhere we've gotten to. They've met us, hosted us, prepared. They just prepared the way for us. So I would like to thank the Ghanaian diplomatic community for that. And we would also like to thank, there's a man here, Rainbow Radio. Daniel, yes, this gentleman. Yes. Daniel, we don't know him anywhere. He just called us out of the blue that I've heard you're coming and I want to help you people through the system. Daniel hosted us when we arrived. He organized a welcome party. He's done so much for us, and I'm very grateful. I wouldn't want to talk too much because for now, our focus is on the charity, Yibima. And I would like Mr. Iribi to continue with the charitable aspect of all of this. As far as the AG can maybe take it. We should continue with the
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you very much, Deputy High Commissioner. All protocols observed. I think we're beyond honored that you've taken the time out to actually organize this reception for us. I don't think any time on the road when we discussed what it would be like when we entered London, we anticipated this. We had booked a small hotel in Maidstone. We were planning to go there, sleep the night, have lunch, and then maybe drive to Scotland and see. But I think everything, we've adapted ourselves to the welcome that has come in. Your Excellency, you said something that for me is very pertinent to the core part of this whole adventure. You said you may be in Ghana, but can be competitive globally. And I think if we take that phrase and apply it to every young person in the country, I think we will all be aligned in moving our great nation Ghana forward. So I came to hear about this charity called EduSports from my daughter who is schooling here. It's this British lady who had been sent on a research project to Ghana about 8 years ago. So she went there and she thought there was something that she could do in the rural communities to help. But it was just her own resources. She didn't have any sponsors, so she felt she needed to go about it in a different way. She needed a model that is owned by the community and is volunteer-led. So that is when she started EduSport. Why EduSport? I think she liked the concept of what we call sports in Ghana. All our bars where people congregate, talk, discuss issues. So that's where she then built that name from. So when I reached out to Teddy, because I had seen him talking about it a few years ago, so when he put it out again that we want to do this, I called Teddy and said, Teddy, can I join? And he said yes. And I said, Teddy, here's an idea that I have, right? Because this is something that will bring so much focus. This is something audacious. So if we put our resources behind this charity, I think we can impact life. And they jumped on it because So at the next opportunity, Lady Onsaki will make sure she's there as well. She should have been here to tell the story even better than I can. So what we then said is, if we can raise some funds and then help them take these sports into the digital age. Some of the children who come there have never even seen a tablet. And to quote one of the kids there, she said, the reason I want to get a computer or a tablet is that those animals that I've heard about, I want to see them and see them move. That's the simple desire. It's not about playing games, it's not. So there is so much, and when we said 100,000, there were so many of us who said, that's too little, let's be more ambitious, right? But we said, let's start with something small, let's help equipment. Let's not think that if you go to any of the sports, you're going to see a fancy building there. No. This might be a small part of the classroom. It might be a building that a local leader has donated or the local communities have established. But they are impacting things in a strong way. So that isn't about the charity. It was right from the beginning of putting the planning in place, we considered the fact that actually we could make an impact. And thanks so much to everybody. I think yesterday as we came in, we saw little donations coming in. Every single thing. From the £2 that I saw, £3, to this amazing guy who put $1,000 in there. There's another person, nobody we know, putting $500 and wrote this very beautiful poem that supported the donation. We feel that we can take this adventure, highlight the digital issues we have in Ghana, support our local children, and take them to the next step in life. So that's what we're doing. But if I may digress just a little to add on a couple of points. Along the journey as well, we learned a lot. We learned how a welcoming border makes life very, very comfortable for those who want to visit a country. We learned how top-class infrastructure from one end of the country to the other end makes travel so seamless. Right? These are all lessons that we believe that as a nation we can all pick up. So we think this our adventure has opened all of us our eyes. We hope to contribute in our own small way to the discourse back home on some of these pertinent issues. So Your Excellency, thank you once again for honoring us and giving us this opportunity to share our thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and thank you very much to the Wanderlust Nana crew. Your story has been an amazing one, and as the High Commissioner did indicate, we must be daring and we must dare to do. Anybody from the delegation wants to add a couple more? Quincy? Quincy is the star boy of the... Yeah. Quincy, you want to come on, say something.
I want to say thank you very much for having us. And it's been an amazing trip and we've learned a lot. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Quincy. I mean, time is fast spent. At this moment, we have the press, the media here. Probably you would ask a few questions about how the whole thing went from Mali to Morocco to Spain, how it all panned out. So I want to open the floor for the media to come with their remarks, suggestions, and questions. Who's going to have the first go? All right. Hold on.
Thank you. On Omega TV. I want to ask our wonderful congratulations for such an awesome and amazing trip. But how did you say you prepared, but mentally and health-wise, how did you? Because such a long journey, you have to check. Did you have anybody who was in the medicals, or how did you prepare? Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thanks. Because we've been talking about doing this for a while, and because we have been doing it, Last year, some of us went to climb the Kilimanjaro. What it takes to climb the Kilimanjaro is far more than what it takes to sit in a luxurious 4x4 and drive to London. So generally, we are people who take our regular exercises serious. For this drive, we make time to stop. We had pit stops to buy fuel, to catch a snack, to stretch. We spent our evenings sleeping. We slept the average of 6 hours every night so that we'll be able to do the long drives we were doing. In planning, we spoke to people who had done the journey from Europe to Africa, a number of them, and the advice they gave us is priceless. It's really helped us in our counter plan to come from Accra to London. So basically, a lot of planning, a lot of research, a lot of thinking has gone into this. That is why it seems like we've executed it flawlessly, but it's because we did a lot of good planning.
Any more questions? Okay, we have one hand here.
Thank you very much. I'm Lovely Amma from Omega TV. We host community news every week with Archbishop Frimpong Manso, and I also do interviews. Thank you very much for putting Ghana on the map once again, and congratulations to you on the journey. I have two in one question. The first one is, why was it kept a secret when you started the journey? Because I feel like it would have been more out there, the news, more money would have been raised for the good cause that you are telling us about now. And I wonder why nobody knew until a couple of days back when it became a world news. Number two, what were the biggest challenges you faced on the journey and how did you deal with it? Thank you very much.
So 2 questions. Why did you make this public from the outset? Secondly, what were the challenges encountered on the journey? 2 questions.
Thank you for that question, or those questions. I'll handle the first one, and now Saka will handle the second one. We knew we were going to travel through quite some trouble spots. Within the sub-region, there are certain areas where a few challenges are ongoing. And so we didn't have to draw any attention to ourselves that we were available to be taken for any reason. So first of all, from the security standpoint, we had to fly under the radar and get out of the trouble spots before we start telling our story. So that's why we didn't make any noise about it.
Yeah, thanks. In terms of the challenges, I think the challenges in and of itself were some of the valuable lessons that we picked up. First of all, trying to coordinate 5 cars, and we started off as 13 people, is not an easy feat, right? It's getting to understand each and everybody and the value that they bring to the whole journey was critical. So I think those dynamics were some of the first initial things that needed to be smoothed out. So to be fair, not every one of us has been partaking in the funeral tourism or climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, right? So in coming in, we then have to learn how to adjust, right? So that first of all is the team dynamics. Then second of all is the reality. So talk about border crossings. So for me, that's one takeaway in terms of a challenge. And I'll juxtapose border crossings in Africa versus our experience in Europe, right? In Europe, we entered, at no border has anybody asked us a question about our cars. Nobody has asked to see any paperwork. And there's a phrase we learned in Africa. It's called car grease. Nobody has asked for that. So the border crossing piece, I think, is a challenge. Entry and exit in our sub-region or in our region is difficult. It's difficult even amongst the ECOWAS community. It is difficult. So that's the first thing that we can do for ourselves as a people, is to ease movement. Once we've decided that these people are free to move Let's make it a reality. So border crossing is a key takeaway. But let's not look at it from the scenario of even the travelers. The people working at the borders and the facilities available to them need to improve. I will not mention the country, but in one of the countries, the health officer checking our yellow cards was sitting under a mango tree. The immigration officer was sitting on the front balcony of somebody's house. Right? That's the reality. Second is the infrastructure piece that I talked about. Right? So there's the good, then there's the bad. Now, roads. We are traveling by roads. So roads is the pertinent infrastructure that we observe. Where the roads were done, and in this case, I won't mention a country. So Senegal. From entry to exit, the roads were perfect. We pay tolls, and very expensive tolls are done, but none of us complained, right? So the willingness, I think there's always a willingness to pay when the infrastructure is there. So it's worth investing in that infrastructure. When it is not good, it is a challenge. And I think that's why maybe, so if you take, and the Ghana leg was a bit slow. Accra to Kumasi. It was slow. Yeah. So Accra to Kumasi, anytime you think about that travel, you get stressed. But actually, once we hit certain countries and we say, oh, it's 800 kilometers to our next stop, we just do it. Right? So the infrastructure is another challenge that we will follow. And the border piece as well, there can be extremes. Right? And I think some of the challenges we had in countries like Mauritania are out there. Right? So I think I can generalize that to say across our nations we can make life so much easier for us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have 2 questions from our compatriots who are looking at it from the Zoom angle. One person said, which of the countries were hostile to you? I think probably because you mentioned one country, so you may want to answer that. And then the second question is, well, it's not a question really, it's a remark. I'm grateful you have thrown light on the need for cooperation between Africans, especially at the borders. And then Joanna Bunafiani says that how can we be united if we have issues at our own borders? Oh, Africa, well, so that's just a remark. So those are from the computers watching via Zoom. Do you want to take a question on which of the countries was hostile to you?
I think it would be wrong to say any country was hostile to us, right? I think we need to separate individual behavior from state behavior. So whilst we had a bad experience, say, on entry into Mauritania, I think it would be remiss to say they were hostile. Because whilst we were going through all that stress, there were acts of kindness that were also happening. There was one fellow at the border who decided to dress up Cyprian in all their traditional attire, right? And he got a very lovely shootout. So I wouldn't say any country was hostile. And there's even the positive of the kindness. And that's where we need to be proud as Ghanaians. I think we never really realized how much people know Ghana and appreciate us as a nation. From the 2 people who were sitting under, I think, a baobab tree when we veered off the main road because it wasn't good, and then recognized our number plate and said, Ghana, Etisei. Wow. Right? That was amazing. To the policeman who in Senegal, who could have given me a ticket because I misunderstood the amber light. And he stopped me, and then once I explained we were from Ghana, he changed and became so excited. To the Moroccan policemen who, when they came across Teddy driving, asked him, recognized us from Ghana, and decided to escort them with a motorcade. Emphasis on ability. So that is our footballers, and as much our footballers have done so much for us. So anytime Ghana comes, then there's that instant association with the football stars. So we really need to appreciate our footballers for how far they've carried our country.
Easy, go ahead.
David Owusu-Yamma, Community Servant. Gentlemen, you've really done Ghana proud. You really have. And I think everybody's proud of you. My question is this. With British Airways first, being so
And then about this one. I don't make pictures, man. I don't make pictures.
whereby families will be able to Ghana by
Yeah, so, ladies and gentlemen, we are still at the Ghana High Commission. Oh, yeah, my boss, Kawa. Chairman,
Yeah.
my people say hello. And they just say, you're from UK to Accra. So, this were the cars. So, ladies and gentlemen, still those of you watching, we are still at the Ghana High Commission here in UK, and we are hosting these Wanderlust travelers who traveled all the way from Ghana to London, and they are being met by the Ghana High Commission, the deputy. We have other media houses here, and we are all here. Biscuit Media too is here. They've done well. I'm also planning to drive from. Maybe I'm going to use a bicycle. Maybe a bicycle when I'm in the Bermuda trip. No. I'll use this bicycle for my trip from UK to Accra. But this is the whole building. This is the whole building. You can see it from here. This is the whole building. This is the whole building on its own. I mean, now so bet I have Yana. Bet not very from Anuma.
Ghana, you will crow. And I see to the Abbey and J. Ghana, Yadiako baby, I see and baby, I do over. It's Ghana, the Oya Ghana, near me from who is so you're Ghanaian. Because me, I'm Jam, you're part of Ghanaian. Me, I'm Jam, and I'm a man, and we Ghana for. And I must say,
Sa.
Thank you very much. Another questions. How did the families cope with this decision, especially those who have kids from Ubaya? And Bridget asked, was there any point where you had regrets, where you asked, oh God, what have we done? Who's going to take that?
Mr. Peters.
Oh, Mr. Peters. Oh, you had regrets. I didn't know that.
No, we didn't have any regrets. We actually enjoyed the trip, and driving through the desert was very, very treacherous. There was no sign of life anywhere, and it was windy and the sun blowing on us. So, but we actually enjoyed it. No regrets.
What did your family think? Yeah, family.
Oh, my wife supported me. If not, I would have brought my son. Full support. Yes.
All right. Any more?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. In the first place, I would say Akwaba. There's a song which says, wherever I lay my heart, that's where my home is. So, in the first place, I would like to ask, people have been talking a lot about how you started, and in terms of the company of car plant that should have helped you, and it didn't happen. I want you to say, correct it or say whatever about it. Secondly, I'm so shocked. You are from Kwetia?
Yeah.
Yes. I was teaching at St. Peter's. And also, I was the English master, even though my English is nobody. The third point is that I heard rumors that either your father or your mother, they are from Aguna and Salah. Is that true? I want you
So
to.
both of us are from Aguna and Salah, both parents as well. So we're 100% citizens.
Oh, Alabama.
Alabama.
So if you can say a word or two about what I asked as the mission. Thank you. I said car plant or there's the company that which help people are
Okay, so the car plant that should have helped. So keep that in mind. Philip, Eagle Media.
So hi, my name is Philip Oserebury. I'm the Chief Executive at Eagle London Agency. Welcome guys to London. A great and exciting expedition you guys have taken and put Ghana on the map. I mean, I know people all over the world are asking, and admiring and probably wanting to do the same. But I think an action like this will require a united team with vision, with one mind, and focus. Could you share how you were able to come together as 13 people to really agree on a common cause and see this through to success? Thanks.
Okay, so the immediate plan, question number 2. Hold on, let me go to Osofo for performance and then we'll come.
Thank you. Hallelujah. Everybody say amen. Amen. I used to say, this is my story. So you have got a story. First of all, I just want to congratulate you for this adventure. And also thank God for the High Commissioner for hosting you today. You know, one thing you have done is you can make it. You have done it. And you have put Ghana on a high platform. Everybody is talking about it and we appreciate it. And it's an example for everyone to just make that decision. Because always there's wilderness before us. Even from Egypt to Canaan, instead of 13, it took them to 40 years. And they were able to go to the promised land. So I just want to thank God because I remember I was illegal here. And I was a strong Labour Party activist. And I made a beginning to become an MP. I was sitting at the office, somebody called me, they called me, Archbishop, can you support a lady who is going to compete for the by-election? They said, let them bring a CV for me to read it. So the lady posted it and read it. I said, if he's going to be MP, also can be MP. And I took the challenge, the same thing. I took the challenge and called the back of office. And I said, can you drop me the by-election form? So they dropped it. And out of 65 candidates, I was along the last 16. And the day I was going to interview, I told God that if Joseph had been the prime minister in Egypt, in prison, he would be an MP. So just want to thank you, Lord, that your situation is going to enhance the challenges and all those who are in fear, they will come up. And the support, we are going to, on Omega TV, I am a community leader here, we are going to sell the vision, especially for the rural areas where you are going to develop. And then we have been learning a lot, so we're going to support you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. So the question about car companies that approach you for help here, it's been rumored on social media.
Thank you for that question and the opportunity to explain what actually did happen. Like I said, we've been thinking of this for a long time, and we've done lots of other road trips. And we do them with good cars. Cars we pride ourselves. We didn't beg anyone for a car. It's when we were really about to set forth on this mission that we considered, would it make sense, since we all promote made in Ghana, if we added something made in Ghana for the pros? So we agreed. I mean, it was a no-brainer. So we agreed and made efforts to speak to several car companies. Now we've got a few of them in Ghana manufacturing. So we spoke to a lot of them. On the whole, many didn't really take it seriously. They give excuses. But there's one particular one who we never even got the opportunity to meet the CEO because he was always busy. We made several attempts. His PA would say, oh, he's busy, he can't meet you. I'm also very busy. So at a point, and I've got a vehicle to do it anyway. So I said, okay, his loss, not mine. And we left. When we posted part of this story, he went to town on social media. I'm sure we all know what we are talking about.
Yeah.
And he made a lot of noise. I reached out to him inbox and said, bro, you're a businessman. I'm a businessman. Let's not do this in public. So this is the story. If you didn't get it, then you have someone who's a gatekeeper. Because all the efforts we made are there. We can share it. But let's end it here. It's still not ended, but we have ended it. We're not going to stay in the
I would also like to use this opportunity to let you all know that we are all business people. The attitude to plan and execute that we brought to this is the same thing we take to our business. So as we come here, we also ask you to patronize our services. We are very diligent. And we are from Pagunansa.
Thank you very much. A couple more, and then.
Just a quick one. It's about your charity that you're doing. I think the car that we're using is Toyota. And did you have any thought about it? Say, I wanted Toyota make us up because it's an history. I tried to speak to someone from Toyota, but I can't go ahead and do that without your permission. So I think from here today, we can come together and do something with Toyota so that you can get much funds to help your charity. And I also
I welcome for everybody for here. I just closed the work, so if you go home to change and come back, so I come from work to here. And then one thing I wanted to ask you people, I traveled a lot for West Africa. I work inside the desert. Sometimes I can see the armed robbers chop the cars, about 10 or 20, everybody taking one, put it on top. And then today I wanted to tell my security. And then sometimes we fold the money like this your hand, we call it like a well bank, and put your last inside. If they're searching you, they don't get the money, sometimes you can get the big slapping or something like this. Say, why you travel, you don't have the money.
True.
And then you keep quiet. Sometimes if you don't take time, they get some flour to put it inside the water to give it to you to drink it. Just in 10 seconds, you go to toilet. So the way I hear say that you people travel for that place, must carry my everything for that armed robbers. Because of sometimes they can chop the cars about 10 or 15, they don't care for anybody. So that particular thing for me, I did for my room and crying for you people. So I don't know how we do that journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My name is Nathaniel Kisisoma. I run an NGO called Asupa Foundation in Ghana. We use sports to guide education. I'm also the head of media for Ghana Table Tennis Association. Team, one of the challenges we face as Ghanaians is that our history is usually oral. We do not document, so we tend to lose a lot of facts and data. Are you going to document this story so that in future